Okay, friends and neighbors, this here is, well, me, looking quite gray and old. Well, today was a big day, and in a couple of days it may be an even bigger day, but for right now, there's some hope. With great pain getting me out of bed this morning, the doctors put me in a wheelchair, which I told them not to do because sitting is actually more painful than even standing. But after the world's longest wheelchair push through the halls of a huge hospital in two different elevators, up and down and across and about, I felt like some sort of twisted domestic version of Philoctetes. See, I'm using all my Greek mythology there. I didn't even get to Troy to fight. I got injured on an island and spent the rest of the war, sitting around feeling sorry for myself. But I made it to the room. The ladies pulled my pants down. It's always nice to know somebody does that besides my wife. And flipped me over and put oil on my back. And no, this isn't what you think. They hooked me up, and a very capable young doctor came in, and they put a big ass needle in my back, and they shot me up between the fourth and fifth lumbar and the fifth lumbar and the S1. And they treated that nerve with a bunch of drugs, notably an epidural steroid injection, or a steroidal epidural injection, whatever the hell. I was not giving birth. It just hurt a lot, and I can't pretend that it hurts as much as a woman does when she gives birth, but I will tell you, it's the most I've ever hurt this whole experience. There's various percentages. They gave me all the math and science of it. There's 20% chance that this will happen, 2% that this will happen, 58% of the time this happens, 42. I said, you know what? I was an English teacher, not a math teacher. Math teachers are soulless. Okay, that's why they're so pathetic. They have to have half of the answers in the back of the book. Do the even numbers with their homework, but the odds are in the back. Let's do the odds in class, shall we? Lazy bastards. But anyway, I'm in better spirits because I've been shot up with drugs, and although I've got a long way to go here, about 40 minutes after I got back from the drug room, I went ahead and stood up, and I'm in an alarmed bed with this yellow thing on my arm that says, I love this, it says, don't fall. Okay, like that's going to help when I'm falling. And I effectively did not fall when I stood up. I was able to swing my legs over, stand up, did a little pirouette, turn in a circle like a dog about to lay down in the grass. And then I sat back down, and I kicked my leg back up to the bed and leaned back. And that, my friends, is the first time I've done that without pain since the 13th of October. The pivoting on any part of my body where my hip, especially the left hip, had to do any lifting or twisting or pivoting at any sort of angle other than completely no stress, flat-backed, has been excruciating. My wife will tell you that. My kids will tell you that. So it would appear that all mathematical guesstimates to the contrary, or to the positive even, is that the epidural took. Now the question is, I get x-rays in about an hour. They want me to be able to stand for 4 minutes while I do that. That'll be the real test. But I'm very hopeful that this will take and give me the kind of options that I want to have, like go home, get up in the morning, cook my kids breakfast, walk to the door, sit, no jumping jacks, no cartwheels, no lambada with the wife at the salsa club down the street, I won't be doing much limbo dancing. I won't be on pogo sticks, which I often am, usually covered in baby oil and wearing lederhosen, but that's just for Oktoberfest. I would hope and pray that your prayers continue, because obviously they are very efficacious as they aided in this process. St. Michael and St. Raphael were right here with me, slapping the hell out of me and telling me I'm a fat bastard. And then my first order of business, if I'm able to go home soon, and if this thing sticks, it takes, will be that the days of wine, roses, double cheeseburgers, and an extra side of fries covered in Velveeta are over, and that I just need to take better care of me so that there's less of me. And if I want there to be more of me in the future, there's going to have to be less of me gradually over time. And that was like I didn't know this already, but that's where I'm at. Anyway, if I seem a little bit more vivacious today, it's because I'm on the good drugs. They gave me a Valium. They gave me some other wonderful nerve-based drugs, which are wonderful. I wish they'd sell them in 6-packs. I'd buy several cases. But it's not just painkillers. It's some sort of anti-nerve pain thing. So surgery is still possible for me if in a couple of days or a week this all returns. This shot could be effective for 4 months, 3 months, 6 months. It depends on how severe my stenosis is. But it could just be something that I reboot like a flu shot once, twice, 3 times a year. I guess we'll see. And of course, the more weight I lose, it can only be better for putting pressure on the nerve. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. And I thought you deserved that update. So anyway, everybody, thanks for all the support and the love. If I don't pick up your call, it's because I'm getting woke up by some nurse who's popping a pill in my mouth. I feel like halfway between Malcolm McDowell and A Clockwork Orange and somebody else that I can't think of off the top of my head, but you get the idea. It's appropriate that All Saints Day is Friday and All Souls Day is Tuesday. There's a lot of people who have gone ahead of us to heaven, like the saints I pray to, and ask them to pray for me to God, since we don't pray to saints like they're deities, despite what all you people think of us papists. But for the souls who've gone ahead of us, all of our grandparents and great-grandparents, and aunts and uncles, my sister, my niece, to think that Kelly and Stephanie are together again in heaven is comforting. But on Saturday, we will remember those who prayed for us as well. They just didn't have the opportunity to text and tell me that. But to all my friends and dear ones from all my old crew, like Lane and Ogle and Lance and Lou and Paul and Celis and Mike Clancy and all my Servite boys, Herrera, all you, to all my Hibernian brothers here and in Colorado and California. But nobody in the world has been more immediately supportive than Kate and Doug and Eric. I love you so much. And sorry, but top billing goes to my wife, who's taking care of everything while this is happening. And to my 4 little children, who have been quite, matured by seeing their father in excruciating pain, brought to tears a couple times by what's been going on. Feeling utterly helpless, I've just sort of become the Leo Buscaglia of weeping for the last 2 weeks. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I only hope it's not an oncoming train. Thank you for everything. Keep praying. And I appreciate all the love and prayers and concern. And thanks for putting up with me for over 8 minutes on this update. And next time you see me, maybe it's time for a haircut. Maybe Catherine will let me do the thing where I buzz it on the top and then just, I want to look like I'm trying out for Sons of Anarchy 2, Not going to happen. All right. That's all I got for today. I love you all. Thank you for all your care and concern. And let's just keep getting better. Mahalo.